Russ on the attack, crosses over Craig, crossed him into oblivion and laid it up and in. Puts the foul!
Rockets radio. Listen, normally I wouldn't do this because these guys are professionals and all we talk about with the Nuggets is their depth. So usually I would not blow off a game and excuse it away. But in this case, you got to excuse a 121-105 loss in Houston. Playing, let's go down the list. No Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm.
No Paul Millsap.
Right.
No Gary Harris.
Mm-hmm.
No Michael Porter Jr.
Banged up a little bit.
So a team that was seriously lacking a lot of firepower. No surprise that they go out and lose in a place where they always lose,
right?
Houston. So this one, you just blow it up. Some games, the beauty of an 82-game schedule is that, there are some games that you look at and say, this is a really big regular season game. And then there are some you just simply let it filter away like a you-know-what in the wind.
I know, but the people that want to sound the alarms, though, they're going to point to this game and
you can't.
For seeding, we should have won that game.
No.
I know, but there's going to be those.
I would hope if anybody does that, you would shout them down.
Well, there's going to be some of that, or the bad losses, earlier in the year at Pelicans and stuff like
now
that.
Now those
but,
you could point to.
Well, sure,
fine,
sure,
but not this one.
As long as the NBA season, I'm telling you, because just talking to NBA players and knowing a lot of them, man, they don't even think about basketball till after Christmas. I mean, it's like preseason before Christmas, yeah, and then the game, you see the game subtly change, and then it changes drastically after March Madness because the players know that. So stay in a position, managing the long season and making sure that you're in a position to make a run at it in June. I mean, that's what NBA players think about.
Next on the Morning Brew.
Oh, this ball's launched by Nolan, left center field, gone. A home run a day will keep the doctor away. Number 2 for Nolan Arenado.
Joe Goodman there with the call on AT&T Sportsnet. So Nolan Arenado trying to put everything to rest and start focusing on baseball, released a statement yesterday where he said the Rockies have been talking to my agent and me this offseason about a number of things that will remain between us. I will not speak on these things anymore. I'm getting ready for the upcoming season. I'm working hard to get better for my teammates and fans. Look, there can't help but be some tension around talking stick when they get this thing going, right? You got Nolan's not happy. Jeff Bridich isn't happy. How do these players feel where Nolan has basically come out and said, I don't think you're any good. But you know what? I think this kind of tension will be good for the Rockies because this has always been, in the 20-plus years I've covered this team, it's always been comfortable.
Okay.
It's always been stress-free.
Right.
I mean, there isn't a real demanding media here that's putting unrelenting pressure on them. The fans certainly don't put unrelenting pressure on them. They come out no matter what because there's going to be a beautiful sunset, right? So the fact that there might be a little bit of heat, a little bit of tension, I think that might be a good thing.
In your 20-plus years of covering the Rockies, who has been that player or person in the front office that has raised expectations?
Oh, they've never.
Nobody has, right? Okay, now we have somebody like Nolan Arenado who wants to, and people are upset with that.
It puts the onus on Nolan to back up his, hey, if you're not happy, Nolan, you better go out and hit 330.
Which he probably will.
And it puts the onus on these guys who have underachieved
last
year.
Well, stop underachieving and raise your expectations and raise your level of play.
Everyone will be watching, which I think is a good thing. Next on the Morning Brew.
Winning is the most important thing that you strive to for your whole career, and then when it's over, then I think you reflect on it and you hope that something like this could happen. But it's such a small, minimal number of people that get to have this honor. So maybe once I said and done, then the numbers started coming out. It started making a little sense to me, but it still doesn't make sense that there's Hall of Fame everywhere on me right now, and it hasn't sunk in, honestly.
There's Larry Walker talking about being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I never even thought that this was going to be an issue, but apparently, I guess there was a little bit of suspense about which cap would go on his Hall of Fame bust. And he said it was going to be the Rockies, and I never even thought it would be anybody but some folks said, what about Montreal? He spent 10 years with the Rockies and 6 years with Montreal, but I never thought it'd be an issue.
And he's from Canada, so I mean, people might have thought that he could have done that, but no, I think it's awesome that he's going to have the Rockies cap on his bust, and be the first Colorado Rocky in the Hall of Fame. I think that's tremendous.
I thought it was cool. Drew Goodman, our buddy, tweeted out yesterday that he said he got a little misty.
Did he?
A little bit of his awesomeness leaked out when he heard Walker talking about going into the Hall of Fame with a Rockies cap.
Awesomeness leaks out of your eyes? I never knew that.
Yeah, that's a little bit of your awesomeness.
Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah. Next on the Morning Brew.
Eli takes the snap. He's back. He's going to lob one right. Wide open. Touchdown, Shepherd Giants. Nobody covered Sterling Shepard.
Giants radio. Eli Manning is hanging him up. There will be no more Eli Manning talk to the Broncos or Eli Manning.
Well, see you later.
Doing what his brother did, going somewhere else and having a second act in his career. He is deciding to hang him up. The question is Eli Manning, in your mind, a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He is distinguished himself as a quarterback in this league to make a mark in history. And you got to consider the marks, too. I mean, wild card teams that win Super Bowls, you beat and you defeat the undefeated Patriots. I mean, these are marquee moments, and that's what we talk about when we're talking about Hall of Famers, the marquee moments that kind of define your career, and then the consistency of your career, too. I mean, Eli was a consistent quarterback. Now, didn't always have the best teams around him. I mean, he had a fierce defense, though, when they were winning Super Bowls. And some of those guys are, in fact, in the Hall of Fame. But, no, I think Eli, when it's all said and done, he is a Hall of Famer. Now, when is he going to be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, I don't know when that will happen.
You're right. He should not be. I don't think he's first ballot.
Right.
But people forget about Eli Manning. The man threw for over 57,000 yards.
Exactly.
366 touchdowns. 7 4,000-plus yard passing seasons, and 2 Super Bowls. Plus doing it in a market like New York, I think he's a slam dunk. Slam dunk for the Hall of Fame.
Right, he's a slam dunk for a Hall of Fame, but when, though?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think he should be first ballot, but I think he's a slam dunk to get in at some point. That'll do it for the Morning Brew. Bring that to you each and every morning at 6:30.